Today, I'd like to talk about several topics. Topic number one, AI and mental health, specifically mental health of AI researchers, because they talk to LLMs, large language models, every day, especially those who evaluate them. And they are at high risk of actually having case of psychosis. You might not remember, but in 2022, several months before ChatGPT was released, Google employee Blake Lemoine claimed that language model that Google had at that time, Lambda, is sentient. It has consciousness. And he said it's just a cheerful kid. And Blake was fired from Google after that. The thought I wanted to convey is that though there are reported cases of psychosis, and OpenAI investor actually reported one of those cases that he experienced psychosis after talking with ChatGPT, I think the researchers who talking to those language models and evaluating them, they are at much higher risk of having mental health issues. And frontier AI labs probably should have a psychologist or psychiatrist as a part of their team to monitor these kind of situations. Another topic that I wanted to discuss today is that recently many top AI researchers have been changing their jobs, and especially Meta has poached lots of superstars to form its superintelligence team. And I totally understand Meta's reasoning. It totally makes sense. But here's the risk I see. For example, in sports, there is one superstar player, let's say in soccer. There's one superstar player who scores the goal, and like the rest of the team, they're like good players, but they're not superstars. And they're all supporting, like the whole strategy of the game is to support superstar to score a goal. When you put lots of superstars in one room, they all have their opinions. They're entitled to their opinions, and rightfully so. And when everyone is superstar, it's really hard to align them on one goal, especially if they disagree about something. And I really don't see how they all can work as a well-aligned team if let's say there's a huge disagreement about something, and they might not even be ready to listen to their leader because, like they're all superstars. Like why they should listen to someone, right? At least that's my current reason. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just really don't know how they all will work together very well as an aligned team. And actually, this leads to another topic I wanted to cover today. One day, an AI lab creates superintelligence. Of course, they will not tell it to public. They will keep it secret for some time and deploy it internally. What signs public should look out for to at least make a guess that, okay, this particular AI lab already has superintelligence deployed internally? So, okay, if we speculate on this, my guess would be they either become extremely silent, especially regular employees. All communication will go from only executives. Or they might be extremely vocal and just keep dropping, announcements, releases, like some like bullshit releases very, very often to create this noise, to create distraction. Another sign could be that government employees will be visiting that research lab very often, and we'll see that ties between that AI lab and government becomes even closer. And the conversation about nationalizing AI labs will become prominent. Like now we don't have like much conversation happening that, those frontier AI labs should be nationalized. But at that time, if there is a superintelligence, then conversation about nationalizing AI labs will be very vocal. Speaking of superintelligence, in conversations with researchers, I noticed that they refer to AI as a god, that, like we are creating a god. We're creating like something that never existed before. And there's like those conversations. Is AI a god or it's Antichrist that will come and basically kill us all? And I see those two extremes, like it's either a god or Antichrist and nothing in between. And it's so human to make those claims. In ancient times, people worshiped sun as a creator of everything. Then humans evolved, the science and technology has evolved, but still the idea of God remained. People need this idea that there's something way bigger than they are. The idea of someone who's patronizing us, who is much bigger than us, who is our creator, that's sort of like inherited feature of humanity. And if in ancient times it was sun, the creator of everything, then different representations of God, like Jesus, Buddha. Then in modern times, the idea of God is being replaced by superintelligence. And from conversations about God and superintelligence, I'd like to jump to more down to earth topic about AI startups. We see like really cool examples of rising stars. For example, Lovable company recently reported that they achieved 100 million annual revenue just in 8 months. Like this is like really cool. This is like insane. But actually, that story reminded me the story of Cursor. And if you're a programmer, you know Cursor very well, and probably you used it. So Cursor also achieved 100 million ARR very fast, like I think within a year or so. And once big players, Anthropic, OpenAI, Microsoft, saw that, oh man, this is like super lucrative market, but Microsoft cut down Cursor from VS Code. VS Code was the main distribution channel for Cursor, basically shut down the main distribution channel. Then Anthropic released Claude Code, which is way better and way more performant than Cursor. So Cursor was using Anthropic API for its product. And then Anthropic is releasing Claude Code and basically becomes Cursor's main competitor. But the irony is that the big chunk of Cursor's revenue goes to Anthropic. It's not clear if that success is sustainable, considering that they rely on APIs of frontier AI labs. And if I were a founder in 2025 and wanted to build a company, I definitely would explore the avenues, how to build my own model or how to use open source models, post-train them for my use cases, then rely on APIs of frontier AI labs.